Hello. Welcome to 3-4 Talk.
Hello.
Extra faces this week.
Yeah, we
Nix,
do.
Yeah, Nix has come back and joined us to hang out. It's you've been prepping with the parodies, I've been told.
Yep.
Yeah. Good. And the master of parodies herself, Master of Deck, is joining us as well.
Yay!
I'm rattled. So, how we doing, Kayla?
I'm just chilling. I'm staring down the barrel of the end of the work year. Not quite there yet, so I'm hanging on.
You got this.
Yes.
You got this.
I feel like there's many people in your shoes at this moment.
Literally every person I work with, every time we see each other, we're like, 5 more days. 4.5 more days. We can do it.
Do it.
Hope you're practicing a lot of self-care when you can.
I got paid my stipends today, so I got like an extra fat paycheck. So
Nice.
I am gonna be practicing all the self-care this weekend.
Well done.
That's much deserved. Wonderful. Before we get going, I think something happened this week. Did someone have something happen to them? Was there a thing this week for someone? I think it was a birthday.
Oh yeah, that happened. Yeah.
This is not a show, Rob. We call it name day here, okay? Please get correct. None of this Wetlander bullshit.
Sorry. Name day. Happy name
Cat!
day, Mel.
Thank you.
Cat for name day.
Cat.
Happy name day.
So fluffy. That's a fluffy kitty.
This is Silchas.
Yes, it was
This is still Chester, and
yesterday.
he is fluffy.
Tell
he
us-
is a jerk, and he doesn't want to be here.
Bye, Cat.
Hi, Cat. Tell us
Vibe.
what you got up to for your name day.
I did some work, and then I ate some ocean creatures. I was very brave. Yeah,
Brave of you.
very brave. And they were
I mean, I suppose if they're dead, that's better.
yeah, they were dead, but they were barely even cooked. So like they were like really as close to active ocean creature as they could be if they weren't sliced into tiny little rectangles.
Did
So
you
it
eat
was
at Lamelle's kitchen? Is that why they weren't cooked?
There's a weird thing they do near the ocean where they take the ocean creatures out and then they don't cook them and then they cut them into small bits and then you eat them and they taste amazing. I don't really understand how it works, but I was willing to give it a try and I thought I should do something brave on my name day. So I did.
So
It was amazing.
because I feel like sometimes those ocean creatures are stinky.
I wouldn't know whether ocean creatures are stinky or not, generally. And I live among the Shido, so my olfactory senses are kind of like imbalanced already.
Oh, because the Shido are stinky. That's
Yeah, generally. And like the maidens, we don't really wear shoofy all that much. That's why, we have to complain about sometimes we smell like Wetlanders and, I mean, it is very tricky. Anyway, but the ocean creatures were delicious and melted in my mouth and I would eat them again. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Yeah.
Fair.
okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds like you had a good time. I love that.
Yeah.
Also, can I just point out right now, Silchas is just look.
Because there's another cat.
You want
He
some
had
ocean
this look on
creatures
his
too.
face, like he was ready. He was ready to go, and it's because the other cat has entered the picture. There may be a battle royale that happens at some point. I cannot be held responsible for whatever these two get up to. I just live here.
They knew that this show was chaos, and they're like, you know what, we're gonna bring it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Among the Aiel, like whatever the cat equivalent of a roof mistress is, it's these guys.
Nice.
2 under 1 roof. Okay.
2 under what? That's a lot of chaos there. I love that.
So do you have
Yeah,
to
the one
ask?
with seniority is kind of a pushover, though.
Do Do you have to ask permission to come inside your roof every time you come to it?
They yell at me a lot when I get there. It's like I have to offer them tribute every time I get home. And if I don't,
yes, guest gifts are very important. Very important.
Yeah, I don't even live here. Honestly, I pay them rent and they let me stay.
Makes sense.
Amazing.
Transient.
I love that. Okay, well, we're going to have some fun. This is Marshall Deck's first appearance on 3 Thought Talk.
That's so weird.
Is it really?
No, it's weird that you haven't been on it officially. I guess.
Maybe I haven't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I am sometimes on so many things with Rob in so many other places. That's
exactly
hey,
it.
You want to do a thing? And I'll be like, sure. And I'll show up. I'm like, all right, I'm on YouTube tonight.
We did go back through our notes though, because we're like, has she though? Are you sure?
Yeah, and that's exactly the reason, because you and Rob have done so many different things together, and it's just like it feels like you must have done this one, but I guess not.
Channel before, but I haven't been on Threefold Talk, and I didn't even realize that, to be honest. So I was today years old.
Well, welcome to Purple Rocks Hold, and we have a thing we do with newcomers. I don't know if you know this.
Yeah, you'll experience that in a bit.
Okay.
We'll give you. We'll do a thing with you.
I'm always here for things.
We'll do a thing.
Yeah.
Coming a little closer.
Doing things.
Leigh-A, we have news. You had a couple of things you wanted to share, didn't you? So I shall play the Daily Veil intro, and then we shall move on to a little bit of news before we kindly interrogate our guest.
Brothers and sisters,
it is time to cover up your face.
For the wheel of time has news, and we shall dance the spears with it.
This is the Daily Veil.
All right, kick it off, Leigh-A.
All right, let me share my screen. So, WoT series came out with an article today. Talking about some of the more in-depth details about season 3. So I'm not going to read through everything. They talked about the different funding that all the locations had.
Interesting.
Some of the incentives that went on. Yeah, it was a very detailed article. I got into a lot of the numbers.
Yeah.
So, so for those of us, which is, I believe all of us, who love to nerd out about these things, Omaro did his magic and found all of these amazing details and went super in depth about all of them. So
yeah. Sorry, go
does the show get... I'm sorry, I haven't read this article. The show gets paid this money? Is that what it's talking about? Or the show paid someone else?
Yeah, my understanding again. I didn't read the article either. I just not. Quick recap.
my understanding is so a lot of countries and locations they offer incentives for filming productions of various types to come and film in those locations. So it's like, hey, if you come and film in our location, we will give you 10% back of whatever you spent. So that includes, renting your spaces, hiring of equipment, and paying for roads to be closed, or security, or all those sorts of bits and pieces. Renting out hotels and so on and so forth. So they say, okay, you spent $50 million. We're going to give you 10% of the back. So here's $5 million as a thank you for production here.
Okay.
They get the $45 million in their local economy, and the production company gets a discount back. This gives us an idea of how much they're spending on a season based on how much they're getting back. Because if they're getting a set amount back, because that's advertised how much they get back, then we can work out from there a ballpark of how much they're spending. And Omar actually, in the WoT Series Discord, shared this little post. So I'll just switch screens for a second. And he reckons they spent a solid $92 million in the Czech Republic. They likely spent anywhere between 5 and 10 in Morocco. They took a lot of crew of them, so obviously that'll count towards the check spending. Basically, it's probably less than 5, so he reckons it was about 100 million, give or take.
Wow.
So, yeah, and then obviously he's not 100% sure about how they sort of charge for the post-production and things of that nature. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff.
Fascinating.
If anybody can afford that, it's Amazon.
Yeah, I know, right?
Wow. Yeah, I'm super curious because it's not as linear, right? You don't have box office to like offset the cost of whatever, and ad spending didn't really get added on until after season 2. So how do you balance it all out and figure it all out? That's really interesting because I guess they're moving closer to like the old model, right? With putting ads on and that sort of thing. So maybe
yes, for those of us who may or may not choose. So pay the extra at Amazon.
So not looking forward to this.
Yeah, watching season 3 of adverts, I'm just like,
because they've gotten so used to filming without ad breaks, right? So sometimes the ad breaks are in really random places.
Yes,
but I'm sure they'll figure it out.
yeah.
But it might be worth paying the extra. What is it, $2 a month or something like that?
Yeah, actually, I had someone not someone look into it, but someone tell me that they'd looked into it, and they actually want you to stick with the advert version because they make more money off adverts than they would off subscribers paying the higher amount.
Yeah, I bet. I'm sure.
So, weirdly enough, if we all pay the extra couple of dollars a month, whatever it is, Amazon would take home less money as a result. But we'd all be paying more. So, like, they'd make more money because it'd be from advertising. Yeah, it's like a weird. Depends how you want to do it. Like, I want them to make less money. But yeah,
it's tricky, right? Because the ad revenue is based on the amount of views that the ad gets, and the amount of views the ad gets is reduced by the number of people who are paying extra to not see the ads. Yeah, I get it. That's tricky.
Very tricky situation.
Interesting.
Yeah. All right, Leigh-A. Oh yes, perfect.
All right. So because we are the most amazing fandom, there is another Voters' Choice Award coming out, the Telltale TV Awards. Wheel of Time is in one of the categories, only for the show though. Unfortunately, and tragically, none of the actors made it, not even Magdalene, which is again a travesty. But you can vote once a day, I believe, through early June. Right now, Wheel of Time is in bouncing back between 3rd and 4th place. Ironically, we are neck and neck with Outlander. The last time I checked, but so let's do our Twitter of Time, Wheel of Time fandom thing, and just overwhelm them with votes. So
do you have a link for this? Or
I can totally post a link in. I'll do that once I'm done with this because multitasking right now is not.
That's fine.
My brain is so dead from all my editing this week, and that brings me to the last thing I want to show, and this is more of a me thing. So I did a thing this week.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, and I don't know if
you have the sound turned off.
I'm having my pre-show freak out because I'm so excited. Get this started.
That you can't hide it.
Yeah, I definitely
nice.
lose
control. And you know what? I think she likes it too.
She does.
That's super cute.
That's very cute.
Yeah. So my D&D campaign comes out tomorrow on this channel.
Yay! Woohoo! Remind us what it's about.
It's a 4th Age Wheel of Time RPG game. And I've been working on it for over a year and just so excited. Had a whole collaboration between a lot of people in the community. Rob's helped me with some of the history. A whole bunch of other people have. We've got Kat from Queers of Time, Beth Doman, Andrew from Black Tower Podcast. We've got More Shoddy, who is coming up into a podcast with Walla and a couple of other people, as well as Tom from Dragonmount. They're my players. Thank you. So just very excited for everybody to see. I have literally done more work on this week than I have actual work. And I've done the actual normal amount of work that I normally do. So that tells you how much I've been. Props to all the podcasters who edit on a weekly basis, because this shit's hard.
It gets easier with time and practice.
It does. But yeah, so the goal is to be releasing those weekly on Fridays for y'all's enjoyment. So we do have a membership link that I can post later also, because again, multitasking, my brain is fried from like 80 hours worth of editing.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so I'll post that link as well as the Telltale Awards link.
And it comes out at 6 p.m.
Eastern.
PM. Eastern.
Tomorrow, PM. Yes, not AM, because I don't want to have to deal with any drama that comes up around 6 a.m.
Done. I love that. Well, I can't wait.
But you're guaranteeing there is drama around 6 p.m. Let's just be clear.
I just like, if it doesn't post for some reason, I'm just anticipating like. Also, I'm just like, okay, I want to see all the comments. So.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on like putting that together and taking that big leap and making it all happen. It sounds like it's going to be super fun.
Really excited.
You've been working really hard on it, so I'm excited to see it come round and just have people enjoy it. So I can't wait.
And I've got lots of like little brilliant ideas. So as those start coming along and coming to fruition, I'll be talking about them here, because obviously this is where you guys come to get news. So
clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly. You talking about how you didn't do much work last week, or this week was me last week, definitely working on my Wheel of Time Idol parody. During work. When I should have been doing other things.
Editing and like, why are the videos not syncing up? And like, this editing tool does not work with this editing tool. And why do these not collaborate? And like, that is so difficult. And, yes.
I was trying to segue, but that didn't quite work. Anyway, into our guest this week, which reminded me that we have an amazing guest this week, a master of Wheel of Time Idol and other things.
Master of the deck. Woo!
It's me.
It's you. So, like we said, we do a thing. And we want you to know if you're terrified yet.
No, I don't know. I have to deal with like hordes of children every day. There's really not much more terrifying than that.
Interesting. We shall see.
Let's see if she's terrified after this.
I didn't tap for the sound until like the last half second, so I missed most of that. I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't know that we would
my cat has strategically like inserted himself in a really awkward place, and I was trying to like move
You
it.
don't stop blaming the cat. Why are you blaming the cat for?
I mean, the other one has strategically placed himself in the only other place in the picture that like you can't see. Like he's right there. Like it's hard for me to even like get out of the way to show you.
We go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I try to lean too far this way. There's his head. Okay.
I love that. All right. Well,
The last second that I heard was very scary. Definitely.
Okay.
Yes.
That's good.
Very, very scary.
I like that. That was an appropriate answer. So we're gonna ask you a
I was
range of
waiting for
questions.
something to happen. I'm like, oh, it's supposed to have sound. Oops.
Oh god. All right, to kick it off with, Master of the Deck, please tell us your name, society, and clan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I should have prepared more for that.
You can never prepare to fear the spear.
This is the easy one, by the way.
I need to remember how to say these, what they are. So I am Master of the Deck of the Dusty Sept of the Wisconsin IEL.
Oh,
Nice. That works. I like that. So, all right. Now we need to bring on the spinny wheel
Dun dun dun.
without the advert.
With the ads.
I was gonna say.
the adverts are terrifying.
Prime
Like,
is
we're-
putting
they're
ads
not
on the
paying
spinning
us.
wheel.
Yeah, they're not paying us, so absolutely not. No ads.
The spinny wheel of ads. All right, we're gonna spin this and get you a random question. So, and Leia's gonna
I love
ask this
randomized
one.
questions.
Question 11. We're kicking it off with.
Other than the threefold land, where else in the Wheel of Time would you like to live?
I've thought about that one before. And there's not really a lot of like good answers. Not a lot of like. It's not even necessarily that there aren't nice places that I would
They're
want to
just
live.
not as
It's
good
like,
as the threefold land.
right. Obviously, there's that, but also in a lot of the places, I'm like, I don't know that I really like the people here. Like the vibes are not. They're not really my best. I think that I would, you know, in a time that's not quite Tarmangaden, I would enjoy like RFL, Shinar. They seem like nice places to be, not full of tourists. So, you know, good people.
You're
You
used
know,
to
and it's
cold
not too
weather
far
and
from the
people
threefold
fun.
land, obviously. So,
Yeah.
like,
Clearly
I
not.
could
Yeah.
take a detour. You know,
Yeah.
just visit frequently.
The weather is probably similar to Wisconsin, so you're not afraid of that
Yeah,
cold
it's
weather.
not. I'm not. Yeah, it's not quite the Saldaean winter. You know, we're just we're a little further.
All right, that's a solid start. I like it. All right, Mel, your question.
Mm-hmm.
Question 12.
Ooh.
We're just rolling along on the high numbers today.
Yeah,
Okay.
we are. We're getting high.
Maybe I'll get lucky
Who
13.
in the Wheel of Time do you most want to stabby stab?
Thailand Mitsubar.
That's really specific. Okay,
Yeah, Thailand. Just,
love it.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a good one.
we are full spoilers, and technically that's already been taken care of. It's the only time I've ever really wanted to like give a shadow spawn a high five. You know, I'm just like, well done.
All right.
I like it. I like it. I like it.
don't think
Good,
anybody's
good choice. Good
About that
choice.
one, yeah.
Yeah. Good choice.
choice.
All right. Next, do you want to ask this one?
Maybe I get the 13.
I hope
6.
we're getting question 6. Okay.
If you could be any Wheel of Time animal, what animal would you be?
That's a good one for you.
Are you calling me a nerd?
Yes.
Are there bears in the Wheel of Time?
Yes.
They've got
They have
Grom-
3 eyes.
Yeah, there's like Groms that are also bear-like.
Yeah.
I think they're technically
I
are. Yes, in the circus.
Yeah, one of the circus
Oh,
performers.
that's true.
is-
Yeah,
true.
they got what's her face? Littell is the bear.
Right. Yeah, Rattel has
Yeah.
is like the bear person.
Yep.
You know what? Really, people don't really talk about bears in the wild in the Wheel of Time. I do recall that Perrin was almost a bear brother on the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
True.
I don't know. I feel like you can do a lot worse than being a bear. You know, you just get to go like eat and get fat, and people like you when you're fat bear. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there is
and
fat
a lot of
bears.
people would choose to hang out with you over men. So what's wrong with that?
As soon as you went there, I was just like, I need to work this in, and you just did it anyway. I was like,
Nailed it.
Well done. Well done.
I've had you on this show before. You're so perfect.
If anyone else on here is not familiar with Fat Bear Week, I implore you, please be around.
The best.
You need to be around on the internet during Fat Bear Week 2024.
Yes.
It's gonna be great.
Discords.
Yeah, Wise One Shelly posts it every year.
Yeah,
So-
Wise and Shelly keeps us up to date on Fat Bear Week. It's good
It's
time.
extremely necessary to have that in your life. Also, there is another Twitter account called Badly Drawn Bears, which I find very inspirational sometimes.
Okay.
It was inspired by the Twitter account Poorly Drawn Cats, who has immortalized this cat at some point. She's a Brazilian artist who does like little sketches of cats, and calls them poorly drawn cats, but they actually look really cool. Supports charity with their commissions.
Cool.
So I dropped like $35, and I got a cute commission of this one holding an ice cream cone in his mouth. It is on Twitter somewhere.
I've seen this. It's in your server, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
you
then
make
there's
it nice
Badly
cones
Drawn
so that-
Bears, which does something similar. So you've now got two things like on your like to remember list: Fat Bear Week and Badly Drawn Bears.
There we
Good
go.
to know.
I love
We're
that.
getting homework. Getting homework in this. I
Indeed.
feel like we need to up the ante on these scary questions.
Yes.
All right,
Well, shall
hurry
we do one more random question, or shall we do the specific question?
You need to do one.
Oh, this is true. I do need to do one. Yes. Okay. So
Yeah, there are 4 of you today.
there are. Now I get.
Oh, and we got 13. There we go.
There
See,
it
was
is.
one late.
There it is.
Okay. This is probably the most important question we ask out of the 13 that we have.
Sure.
Trollocs are hot. True or false?
True, 100%.
Yeah.
All the time.
Correct. Correct.
No question.
Good.
Yeah.
Olivia loves when we ask that question so much. She loves that question.
Guy Roberts
It's a good
got it
question.
wrong.
Nick,
the
Guy
best.
Roberts got it wrong. We're just gonna
It's
say
the
that.
best.
It is the best.
I mean, I suppose it is sort of his job to kill them. If he thought they were hot, that would probably be unfortunate.
That's true. Yeah, that is quite true.
Yeah.
Very much
It's like
so.
he's protecting himself emotionally.
I mean, sometimes you have to stab things you think are hot, and that's okay.
I agree with
Sometimes,
that.
Yeah, that is true.
sometimes it's
a sign
necessary.
of bravery.
Guys, it's an entire thing.
Yeah, some oaths are more important.
We had
than
to have
others.
a conversation about how show Eamon Valda is hot, and she's just like, no, he's so rude. Like, I was like, he's hot.
He's kind of hot.
Abdul Salas he's got the arms. Walking
Yeah.
around sleeveless like
Oh,
that is
yeah.
obscene almost.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing, Nix. Have you ever seen Love Actually?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's so fun in that too.
He is Colin Frizzle's best friend in Love Actually.
Yeah,
I did not realize that.
yeah.
That is so
Wow,
different.
what a throwback.
It's a very different
I
role.
I
That
mean,
is so
there's
different.
a reasonable amount of time between the roles, but yes, it's a very different role.
Yeah.
So
I've not even thought about that movie in quite a long
the
time.
first
It's a
time he came up on
Christmas
screen,
movie.
I was just
Come
like,
on.
I recognize him, and it took me like 10 minutes. I was like, oh my god, it's Colin Frizzle's best friend, whose name I don't remember in the movie, but yes.
Not important, obviously.
All right, you've done the random questions, Kayla, but now we ask specific questions. So hope
Mhm.
you're ready. Leia, you can go first.
Sure. What's something about being an educator that you wish people knew?
That's a hard question to answer. It feels like hot ones. Like I need something to eat while I'm thinking about my answer.
You can hookah.
Yeah, little galloping
I
horses.
would say how hard it is on the mental health of the educators themselves. Like in the 80s, the term emotional labor was sort of coined, and a lot of people don't really understand specifically what it means to do emotional labor. A lot of people think like if they're stressed, they're doing emotional labor, but that's different. That's not what it is. Emotional labor is very specifically something that people in caregiving positions are doing. It's something you would expect from like parents who are doing like full-time childcare, people who are in the childcare profession, medical care people that are caring for like aging parents. And essentially, when you're doing emotional labor is like it's you're masking 100% of the time. You cannot show your own real emotions because you have to behave in certain ways that are eliciting the correct emotions in the people around you. People in retail professions and serving professions are going to be really experienced with emotional labor as well, because when a customer is like coming at you, you can't just like tell them to piss off because you'll get fired.
Yeah.
Similarly, like I can't just like tell a screaming child like you're being an idiot, right? And like just like grab them by the belt and throw them out of my classroom. Like you can't do that. So like it, especially as people do this, year in and year out, and the more trauma we see in our students as they, as they come into our schools, the emotional labor is it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot like being like a social worker when you weren't trained to be one. So I often I see and understand people who become upset, or they share like the Twitter threads, but like here are all of the times that like teachers were so horrible to me, and here are all of the bad things like teachers have done. And like I never want to invalidate what people have experienced, because hey, like that happened to them and that's real. Like that person's emotions and trauma are also real. At the same time, it's hard for me not to think about myself, where I'm like, man, that could have been me any day of the week if I just if I broke that day, if that was the day that I like had my nervous breakdown and like ended up on somebody's TikTok feed. So if there was one thing about being an educator that I wish maybe more people fully understood, not necessarily knew, because I think they do know, especially after COVID, it's how many of your teachers are holding on to their marbles with their fingertips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another analogy about how your bucket is always completely full, and so you're constantly dealing with
it like potentially the overflow. There's just very little.
Yeah.
I talk to colleagues who are like, I feel so bad for my own kids because I get home and I don't have anything left for them. And I hate hearing conversation, hate hearing people talk like that, because it's like, you have to, you're caring for other people's kids all day, and then you get home and you don't have anything left for yours. And so it's like, the mom guilt sets in for a lot of women in the profession, and it is still very much a female dominated field. So
I can only imagine. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
But men still get paid more than us.
What?
It's statistically, male teachers still get paid more than female teachers.
I'm just gonna drink right now and not say anything.
Yeah. Oh man, talk to me about union stats sometime. It's been a fun road, especially this year.
All right, another question to maybe lighten the mood from.
Sure, let's go.
Stupid inequality like that. Mel, you can have this one.
Me? If Rand was not in the Wheel of Time, who would your favorite?
Sorry if I cut out for a second. I just got a phone call on someone tried to Discord call me, and it was not a butt dial, and so I was like, abandoned ship.
Yeah. So
okay,
the question was,
I can't hear anything. Hold on, I might need to fix the audio. Perfect timing. Okay, audio.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Actually, can Olivia ask this question?
Can't hear anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Turning it off. Let's see.
Mel, you can get the next one.
It's fine. Whatever.
Because there's a reason. Because Olivia loves Rand.
Did Discord take over your audio?
Discord has taken over.
I'm sure you stopped hearing me because I muted myself.
We can hear you. We hear you.
Let me turn my headset back on. Maybe that'll help.
Can you hear us yet?
Hello.
Talk amongst yourselves so I can tell if it's working.
Hello. Discord be Discord.
Okay, I'm gonna leave and come back while you're really thinking hard about that question.
Good idea.
I'm gonna call my friend Jack and tell him he ruined everything.
I love it. All right, give us stabby affirmation.
Let's next to it today.
I cannot see.
Don't put it up to the camera.
I need this. I'm in finals week. Can you work? No.
I can't see it. Oh, there it is.
I can do this shit.
That's great. That's a great one. Keep that one around.
That is a good one, yes.
So for all of you who are working on your WoT Idol videos, you can do this shit.
Yeah, you can.
But if I hold it correctly, it actually does say shit.
There we go. I hope to enter this year. I have one verse and one chorus.
That's what you said like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
You haven't done more since then?
Nope. I'm off tomorrow.
All right. It's time for a cram session, I think.
Wait. I see cheering in the background. I think Kayla can hear us.
Kayla! She's back! Hooray!
Ye old turn it off and back on again.
Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again?
Sometimes you don't. It's like asking someone to scroll up and read the rest of the thread to see if like your question has already been answered. It never happens.
No.
Okay.
They don't.
Next question.
Right. Next, go for it.
If Rand was not in the Wheel of Time, who would your favorite character be?
Nynaeve. One perhaps identifies too much with Nynaeve. No, I do. I mean, she's just like, she's great. She's got a great character arc. She's got great growth. She's fun and she's entertaining. She's like someone in a position of power who like doesn't have like the confidence to back it up because she's really young in her profession. Like there's just a lot to admire with Nynaeve. It's hard to like even come up with a list of 5 because any given time I'm reading the books, I'm always like, wow, this character's really underrated. I really enjoyed this one. Yeah. And like want to put them in my like top 5, and then I'm like, well, but if I put them there, then I have to like get rid of other people.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
And it's like I need to like turf out Loyal so I can put like Rodel Ituralde in, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Nynaeve. If Rand were just not part of the Wheel of Time, Nynaeve would take the cake for me.
Rand is Nyx's absolute favorite character.
Nyx is correct.
Stop saying slanderous lies, blasphemy in my own home.
Perhaps then Nyx is incorrect. Either way, no skin off my nose because Rand al'Thor has never done anything wrong in his life.
Everybody's got opinions.
This is true. All right, Mel, your question.
Okay, pretend there is no show. Do you have a favorite fan casting for Rand?
Turn back time about 20 years. James McAvoy.
Oh.
He's a little too old for the role now, but he would just kill it, right? I know he's like he's not quite like the right height, but put the man on some stilts. He's got that.
He's got a good vibe.
Like, the roles he was in when he was younger, and you know the ones that he's played as he's gotten older, like his emotional range is just it's really good. I mean, like, and he's just got you know. He was I remember watching that movie, the one with Angelina Jolie, Wanted. It was like one of the earlier like popular films that James McAvoy was in, and even though that movie is kind of camp, like
it's a bizarre movie.
Yeah, like it doesn't really hold up to the test of time. Not that I think it was ever intended to be taken particularly seriously. No. I think it's an adaptation of a graphic novel. Yeah. And Morgan Freeman's in that one too.
He is, yeah.
He's in everything.
Yeah, I was like, what a cast for such a weird movie.
I know,
I don't think I've seen that, but I do really appreciate James McAvoy, especially his eyes.
Yeah, he's got like those real intense like blue ones. The newer like X-Men films like Charles Xavier.
Yeah.
He played that character in the movie Split. It's another one.
Yes.
Talk about emotional range.
Oh god, yeah, he played like 9 different people or something crazy, wasn't it? So
that's nuts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then you watch him on like his little Bake Off episode, and he's just like the nicest like Scottish man you'll ever meet.
He was like super cute, like that, bless him. All right.
So yeah, a younger James McAvoy. Like I'm pulling a Robert Jordan, and I'm just cherry picking people from. I
like it.
From any era of film.
Yeah, it works. It really works. And I think the Foldies were all in for it as well. There was a lot of compliments there. Right, final question. this might be a little divisive. So he's got those igloo eyes. Bless. That's great.
We will see.
Now, maybe we want to make sure they're not right next to you when we ask this, but Silchas or Bobo, who's your favorite?
How dare you?
Earmuffs.
I know who annoy. I don't. They don't care. They're both. Both of them have like butts towards me right now and sleeping. They're just passed out.
So they're not listening. So they're not.
No, you're not supposed to replace your old cats with your new ones. But Silchas is my favorite. The thing about Bobo is that he's never been like a cuddler. He's always just been kind of like the cat that wants to sit next to you, and then if he's in proximity, he'll purr like a motor. But he showed up on my parents' farm one day and just never left. And so he had a life before he showed up that we don't know about. He's got a mysterious past, and we think that part of that past might be brain damage.
No.
Maybe he's got a really horrible ex-wife and kids. He just really wanted to get away from.
Yeah,
he was neutered.
Just dealing with trauma.
Yeah, he showed up with no balls. That was definitely
maybe that's why he got away.
In his past. Yeah,
she cut them off. To get out of it,
but he doesn't have very good balance. And so when you pick him up, his whole world goes topsy turvy, and he just kind of sits there like this. He's like, I don't know what's happening, and so sometimes he tries to jump and he doesn't quite make it, and then he falls.
Oh my god! He's kind of my favorite now.
Yeah, he's a very entertaining cat, but he's not really much fun to snuggle because he's just all pokey. He's elbows and knees basically. Whereas this one, the fluffy white cat, whose tail I think you can see a little bit over there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be leaning back against a couch and he'll come up and I'll stick his paws over my shoulder and just rest there like a parrot. And he knows that if it's nap time for me, he's like, fuck yeah, it's nap time for me too. I get my blanket ready, my back pillow on the couch, and wherever he is, he's like, all right, time to settle in, and he'll go sleep on my feet, or if it's wintertime, he'll crawl under the blanket. And it's when you have a new child, when the kid sleeps, you sleep. So apparently if I sleep, he needs to sleep too. Unless it's actual nighttime and I'm in my bedroom, in which case he needs to raise hell.
Yeah, no, that's true.
That's true.
And I've seen evidence of this via Zoom. He plays fetch.
Ooh.
He does play fetch.
Yeah.
He will I have this little tray that I use to keep drinks on when there's an uneven surface, and he will jump up onto the ottoman and he will deposit his toy mouse into the tray, and that is how I know that he wants me to throw the mouse.
That's awesome.
So cute.
Cats are so smart. People just really underestimate how amazing and smart cats are. Just because they choose to ignore you when they're they will understand exactly what you say. They're like, nope, I choose not to do that. I choose to exercise my right to do a cat thing.
Oh, they're
This reminds me that people need to go back to that Reddit thread about Jorts the cat. If people are not, anyone who is not familiar with Jorts, oh my god! So it's the stereotype that orange cats are dumb. I was just gonna say,
no.
Cats can be smart, except
What's wrong with orange
cats
people?
are stereotypically the orange cats are not smart.
They're kind of derpy.
And there's a Reddit thread in the Am I the Asshole? Where the question is, am I the asshole for perpetuating ethnic stereotypes about jorts? And you really need to read it. It's just...
Okay.
Jorts is now Twitter famous because of this. And I can't even tell you about it because it'll take away from the joy of someone else who doesn't know what I'm talking about. There's got to be somebody who's watching that has heard of Jorts the cat, and if you haven't, just find the Twitter, find the Reddit. Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for perpetuating ethnic stereotypes? About
Please, someone share that. I want to read it.
Dumb orange cat theory, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. A lot of people are like, I have the evidence that my orange cat is a smart one, and it's like that's fair, as you know.
Thank you
I'm not
for
leaving. I'm
all
just
of the orange cat stands. I feel like I need to defend my orange cousins.
I think orange cats are the best cats, personally. There is I'm absolutely biased. If I had an orange cat, that cat would be my favorite cat.
I love it.
But yeah,
this is great conversation here. I think we can all agree you have survived and passed Feed the Spear. So
congratulations.
Yes,
thank you.
Nicely
I don't
done.
have
Here's
a bucklered rattle.
my empty knife for.
You've totally broke. Like it's completely broken now. Oh,
Yeah, the totally broken.
Was that like a 3D printed thing?
Yeah, it
They'll
was.
make
say.
They're like it's like a collapsible dagger,
Oh, okay, I
Um,
gotcha.
and so I made them for everyone. The first Jordan Con, we were all together, and everybody's went through some fun times before they were mostly
Mine-
destroyed.
Yeah,
And this one I had until this year when it was destroyed in a epic fashion. That
You gotta buy in bulk.
Wilder broke mine.
I mean, I could make more.
His large ass sat on my spear and literally crushed it.
yeah.
Um,
Okay,
22-pound cat broke spear.
I think it's time to talk WoT Idol 2024.
Yes.
All
let's
right.
do it.
I think the best way to bring us all into the zone for that
I'm gonna
Is-
cry.
is to play a track from last year. Any
Play it.
suggestions?
I would suggest the winning track from last year.
The winning track? Let's do it.
Yes, that would be my suggestion.
We'll go full screen as well.
I walked out the door.
I was gonna say, bold move, leaving yourself on the screen.
Didn't know that I was leaving myself and all my dreams behind too. And the shepherd boy died along with the sheep that night. I still remember what that boy was like. Oh, what happened to his smile and his wide-eyed gaze? Maybe lost on the road or in the dark along the ways. After battles in the sky and too many scars to name, he's just a memory of those innocent days. And I know he's long gone and I can't be that boy no more. I tried to hold on, but I can't see the light. 'Cause there we are again in the woods that night. A child born on a mountainside in snow of red and white. I was scared, you were there. I remember it all too well. Dragon banner on the ground, and your words stuck in my head. You knew long before I did that your friend was dead. A boy in Lord's clothing, I tried to be brave, and we flickered through 1,000 worlds that I failed to save. And I fell from the sky, and I know that I'm falling still. If I run from all this long enough, I'll die when I'm needed to. 'Cause there we are again in those halls of stone. I tried to make her heart beat, but her skin was growing cold. Blood again on my hands, I remember it all too well, yeah. Maybe I got lost in that doorway, maybe I asked for too much. Trying to live through the end of this is a dream I gave up. Crowned with swords, Randall Thor, I remember him all too well. Yeah, you locked me in the dark where I broke just like your promise. No lie so cruel is when an ice and die is honest. Then I shattered like ravens on a battlefield, and he remembers it all. too well. Time goes by and you're not ready yet. To see who I was is gone, so you're still trying to find him after nightmares and waking dreams, no longer my own. Now I look for the end and I'm never alone. You think of that boy in those sun-bright days, but I'm a king in sheep's clothing and my mouth's full of names. I can't get rid of them, 'cause I remember them all too well, yeah. 'Cause here we are again, please just let me go. I've climbed this mountain, now we know I'll never come back down. Almost time, let me die, we remember it all too well. I was scared, you were there, I remember it all. Blood again on my hands, he remembers it all. Almost time, let me die, I remember it all too well.
Well, fuck you.
It is my job to convert people to Rand. It is what I am here to do.
I think you've done a very good job recruiting people.
Mhm.
Well, or at the very least to recruit them to Yasha. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
I've stared at that man's face for like a solid 24 hours, going through like every cut of like him not speaking.
Yeah.
Like in season 1.
Yeah.
Few except there were a few things that didn't quite make it in there, but you know, I only had 5 minutes of track.
Yeah.
So tell us this for people who feel intimidated by how brilliant that was. Like, what skills do you think you had when you started working on that? And then what skills did you gain in the process of actually creating it?
So, I do come to this with like a music background. You know, I'm not like a professional piano player by any reason. Like the piano track for this was relatively easy, but because I'm not a pianist, I actually spent like a month practicing like the track before I actually went to the studio to record it. So coming into this, I had like a mediocre piano skills and like a singing background. But even then, I mean, like, it's not like I'm showcasing my, you know, $37,000 music degree in this song, you know, like this is mostly like, this is just an extension of the speaking voice in that song. So I have like can you sing in tune? Cool. You could do what I did, in that song. So sing in tune. I could have hired someone else to like record my piano track if I wanted to. I could have, there are like, you know, voice remover, like, you know, technologies out there if you really wanted to try to get spicy with it. I don't know how well they work, but it's like, it's something you can do in this day and age to kind of create your own karaoke track. I'm neither advocating for nor against like that particular technology. It's just something that exists. It's a tool in the toolbox. And then I stole Jenny's idea, Jenny Lesby Nerdy. She last year went to a studio to record her singing and her music, to sort of like remove that from the overall process of creating the video, just to like to take that one burden off of her. Jenny does have the advantage of having some professional audio equipment from her podcasting and YouTubing. I didn't have any of that. I'm like, all right, we're going to record into like a 14-year-old Mac. Or I can go like, you know, book 2 hours at a studio. And so that's where I like recorded the piano and myself, And so you can get an audio engineer that can also help with some of like the mixing and leveling as well. I remember on the Dusty Will episode that Lauren was on, there are a lot of like tips and tricks that people who do this like as a job know to help you not sound like shit that like most people don't. I'm not an audio engineer. I can work my way around Audacity, certainly. But if someone was like, how do I fix this particular problem? I'm like, I don't know. ask someone else who knows more about things. I can improvise, like I can improvise children's songs in 9 different keys, but I cannot fix your problem. I'm sorry. Like this is a totally different skill set for me. But yeah, if you're feeling like, oh, I don't know how to do things, like if you've got, especially if it's a popular song where you can just nab a karaoke track, I mean, look up some local studios. You can go, even if you're just gonna record yourself singing, you don't need to be placed under the burden of bad audio. If you don't have that equipment yourself, go borrow someone else's. It's what they're paid to do.
Absolutely.
And you're stimulating your local economy. Economy. Hey, there's a fun word I just made up. Your local economy.
That is true.
Yeah, so that's what I went into it with. And video making skills. I didn't have any of that shit. I had like a crash course in how to use Adobe Rush Premiere, and I did all of that on my iPad. Now, I'm not saying that I don't have good instincts for creating videos, because I think if I did this full time, I'd probably be pretty good at it. But I don't, and I didn't. And so in the past, I had done some video editing. I was familiar with the concept of like making cuts and transitions, but I did have to ask my more experienced friends, be like, hey, so what are these things? What do I Google if I'm trying to figure out how to do it? And so, Jenny and Jess and some other YouTube people were helpful with their advices. So be friends with people. You can ask for help. Like, most of the Wheel of Time community. There's a whole bunch of them.
A lot of, just to riff off of that a little bit, if you don't mind me stepping in. I know
Absolutely,
that a lot of people on Twitter are offering help. Like, so people are going through with their little checklist and saying like, oh, I've got lyrics done. I've got my track recorded. There's a lot of support out there. I know in the Dusty Discord server, there is an entire channel dedicated to emotional support for
but also not just emotional support. Like last weekend I was working on mine and someone popped up and they said I'm trying to screen grab a section and it looks like all pixelated. I don't understand why it's not working. And like a bunch of people had a bunch of different advice, and then Lauren just popped in and is like, if you can't make it work on the system you have, just like give me the timestamps and I'll just cut it for you so you can have it. So like there's nothing that you want to do with your video that you like can conceptualize that somebody won't be willing to help you with, because it's all about like lifting everybody up together, and that's what's really
there's
cool.
A lot of people out there willing to help with collaboration. So maybe you don't want your voice to be on. There are people out there that are like, hey, I'm not going to do my own song, but I'm not the worst at singing, so I don't mind coming on and helping. So like there's
and there's people who don't want to be on video, right? Mm-hmm. And sometimes you borrow someone's super cute, charismatic kid and make a video of it. And I'm not telling you that that's happening this year, but that happened.
It's funny you should talk about like getting other people
just
to
lending our children out.
Help you.
I really literally lended my child out.
There's been some rule tweaks this year. Why don't we talk about those? Look at this. I happen to have them right here. Oh,
how convenient.
How convenient. Let's put us on screen.
You should zoom them in. Zoom in on those.
Yeah, they're a little teeny.
Yeah.
We'll unteeny them. I don't know how to scroll that way though. Are they there? Oh, they're there. That's all right.
That's really all that we need.
Yes, that's enough. So they've changed it for this year a little bit. So you get 1 submission per songwriter or per performer, but there are some sort of like sub rules with that. So you can go and play instruments for people. So if you play an instrument, you want to help other people, you can do that. You can be background vocals for someone else. You can do visuals for someone else. You can even help someone else write their song. But you can only submit under your name once. So you could help 3 or 4 people with their parody, but you can't be named on their parody. You can only enter on your own, for example. So yeah, go out and help people if you are in that position, or if you're like, do you know what, I can't sing, but I can help someone make a killer video, and you see someone struggling, you can go and do that. So
I love this rule change, because I think in the past it was like you could only assist on like one other video or something like that. Like there was restrictions about it, and it was actually like a conversation I was having with Kid Rand. He's like, I can't help you, and I was like, yes, you can. They changed the rules. They want people to like be able to like work together. So there's lots of good opportunity to like share all of this amazing skills that we all have, including the ones that we don't have and want to attain just in the process of learning to do this. I know that I've learned a lot this year working on mine, for sure, especially with
I am
video.
trying something new for mine this year, so I'm not sure how that's going to work out, but we'll have fun doing it. There is another feature they've added this year. As you see right at the bottom, it says, with this in mind, you might consider submitting collaborative projects as part of our new showcase only option. So we scroll and see that. So this is brand new for 2024, folks. If you want to celebrate your love for all the time through a song parody and be part of WoT Idol, but you don't want to deal with the stress of being pitted against other fans in the competition, because that's stressful, isn't it? I don't know about anybody else. It's just like, who do you pick? You know, sometimes you have a clear favorite. You're like, okay, this one's killing it for me. The other one's great, but this one is like just winning me hands down. That happens sometimes, but a lot of the time, more than not, you're just like, I can't pick between these two.
Yeah, it's stressful. It's stressful to vote for these things sometimes.
Yeah. I think what challenges me about this is the we might not show it during WoT Idol part of it, which kind of like takes away the feeling of being part of WoT Idol but not competing in WoT Idol. But I'm curious to see how that goes this year, and I'd love to share some feedback.
Right, Anna said so far they only have 13 submissions.
For the whole thing?
We are a fandom full of procrastinators.
Yeah.
We are last minute Larrys.
100%. Yeah.
Yes. And speaking of procrastinating, how long exactly do we have to procrastinate our videos, everybody?
Shall we count the days?
How many days?
Exactly 2 weeks.
I think it is exactly 2 weeks.
June 15th.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so much time left.
How the WoT Idol submission deadline is the day after the in-person registration deadline for WotCon, and so I think about it as like, hey, if the in-person reg for WotCon has closed, it is very close to your due date for WoT Idol. So consider submitting your WoT Idol submission perhaps on the same day you reward yourself with a ticket to WotCon.
Wow, that's a good like incentive way to incentivize yourself. Finish your submission so that you can buy tickets. Yeah,
this is true. I mean, we are like we said, we are a good fan of procrastination. I almost didn't enter the first year because I just didn't get round. I procrastinated too much and didn't do my entry, and then I woke up the next morning and they were like, "We're going to extend it by 1 day," and I was like, that is my sign from the universe to make it. I wrote.
Amazing.
I had one verse, and I actually rewrote that verse and did the entire "Lose Yourself" Eminem parody and made the video in like
that's insane. The
12 hours.
That was a lot of words.
That's insane.
Yeah,
that's insane.
That's kind of the thing. When you do finally like decide to take the plunge, it's like, man, I can't half-ass this. Like, I do have to actually put effort into it.
Yeah.
You think, I'll just do a thing with the video, and then like my brain was saying, what if you went through every bit of footage of the show in season 1 instead, like the Shoulder Devil, and it was like, well, that would look pretty cool, wouldn't it? I mean, it's the same reason that I make fan fiction. I think that the WoT Idol is one of the greatest like transformative work showcases that we have. Ultimately, like we're creating Wheel of Time fan works. That's why I call Memory a Wheel of Time fan work. It's like we're doing we're people making fan cams, people doing writing parodies and whatever they're doing. It's really cool. And when you're doing that, you should be making yourself happy first. You know, is it cool to win? Like, yeah, like I'm a competitive person. I like winning. But I like seeing other people succeed. I like to see what other people have made. I mean, I've been like a fanfic reader and writer since like 2002. And, you know, there's a lot of like not great work out there, but I see a lot of other people being happy, you know, that being proud of themselves over what they've made, you know, whether it's got, you know, 300,000 views or 30 views. And so if you're not sure whether you want to do something or how much work you want to put into it, that's kind of the question you want to ask yourself. How much work do you need to do to make yourself proud of yourself? Yeah. And if you think, you know, maybe 2 weeks isn't enough time for me to get my shit together this year, WoT Idol's not going anywhere. I didn't submit anything until the 3rd year because I was like, I didn't have time. I was burned out. I was tired. And then finally I was like, okay, sure. And I wrote my lyrics like the summer before. So those were ready. Those were there.
I mean, for me, if you actually look at where I've finished each year, I've got worse every year.
Oh no.
I was top 8. Lose Yourself was top 8. In fact, Lauren was like, they should have won, sort of thing. And when I said to Ian, Lauren actually emailed me. He's like, Rob, this is like the most insane piece of work I've ever seen in my life, type thing. And he was gutted that it didn't do better. But I was like, I'm amazed it did so well. I love it. But I that was like, so what, like semi-finals rounds or something like that? No, quarterfinals. And then I think I made the top 16 the 2nd year. And then last year, I think I went out in the 1st round. But last year is the parody.
I also went out in the 1st round.
You did, yeah. So yeah, the 1st round of the finals, I think I made I made the 2nd round. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It was my worst performance, but it's actually the parody that I am most proud of out of all the ones that I've done.
You made me cry, dude.
Yeah,
I was bawling. That's why I didn't watch it because I couldn't. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I actually had to crying. Shall we? I don't have another one queued up, but like, does anyone have a suggestion for a parody we should play? Just in general?
She wants to hear because I didn't go back to the 2001.
Oh, okay.
I mean, now that we've been talking about it,
right.
Yeah, also, everyone needs to see Lose Yourself.
Yeah, I also love Woke of Time so much, just because
I feel like there's some it's very appropriate for today for those anyone who's been watching the news.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one to watch today. Let's celebrate today and watch some Woke of Time, shall we?
Yes, definitely. So, all right. So I'll play Lose Yourself, and then we'll play Woke of Time after a bit more discussion about things. So yeah, let's put this on and have some fun. Look, if you had one hand or one shot at sanity to save everything you've ever seen in one battle, would you use Calendar or let Shaitan win? Yo. His palm is branded, shoulders bent, that weight is heavy. There's vomit on the dragon scepter, it scares Jagrady. Shielded, but on the surface, flaming void is ready to break seals. But then Egwene keeps on getting many nations down. But everybody's screaming now, they all want out. And then the wise ones start to shout, he's brooding how? And everybody's leaving now, the peace run out. Lorraine walks in and blow, they're brought back to debate. Nope, she's not late. Oh, the old mates, Rand's dopey, so zen what he hoped for, but not easy. Wait, they won't have it, he knows they need the Shan-Chan vote. It don't matter, they spoke. He knows that because he's woke. He's so adamant, he knows when he goes back to the dark once more. That's his time to toss some dice. Matt's luck for this bit. Better go capture the dark one. I hope it don't win. Lose himself on the mountain, the power, he held it, and he almost let it out. He searched for a reason to get past his mind and doubt. This opportunity, his one and only chance. Rand had to lose himself on the mountain, the power, he held it, and he almost let it out. He searched for a reason to get past his mind and doubt. This opportunity, his one and only chance. Shatan's escaping through the bore I left gaping. Rang Lang's there for the taking and killed my king, snapped my cord, and then I sowed disorder. The shepherd's life is boring, but the tainted one is feeding you post-mortem. I gotta grow harder, that'll make me stronger. My soul, it's a goner, the taint has grown bolder. Paralegal wounds is how my life's over. Lonely thrones like no other, town's not my home or my father. Can't go home in case it leads to slaughter. So dig in my toes and fight cause I gotta. Even though some don't want me, so they talk about moving on to the next guy who lies. But the fog makes them goners, so the story's been told. And the legend unfolds of my crazy partner whose tries on. And I ignore cause I gotta. Lose yourself on the mountain, the power, he held it and he almost let it out. He searched for a reason to get past his mind of doubt. This opportunity is one and only chance. Ran out to lose himself on the mountain, the power, he held it and he almost let it out. He searched for a reason to get past his mind of doubt. This opportunity is one and only chance. You tried to tame me, but it led to straight outrage. I tore this mother flaming roof off of this box cage. You played me in the beginning, and then you changed. I got beat up and loosed out, we'd come out sane. But I kept on breathing, and my time I kept biting. Keeping an eye out for just the right timing. All the pain men felt, amplified by the bond that we share, and I doubt that I'll survive her. And I really can't decide just the right kind of type of sin for these sisters. Cause man, these goat kissing blisters really deserve karma. And it feels like a story, like I've got plot armor. This is my life, and the taint is so strong. And it's getting even tougher not to sit and suffer like some others. Pairing a bar caught up between being a fighter and a falcon lover. Focused on the wife drama, searching for it too much that he won't stay in one spot. Every day is a lot, and it's gotten me to the point he's like a snail that stopped to formulate a plot to get back my heel. No stop. Success was his only mother flaming option. I was not. Man, I love you, but this plot line's got to go. I cannot be cold in this final lot. So here we go for the top. Power fail me not. Whoever come right now is the only chance that we've got. Lose himself on the mountain, the power, he held it and he almost let it out. We search for a reason to get past his mind of doubt. This opportunity is one and only chance. Ran out to lose himself on the mountain, the power, he held it and he almost let it out. He searched for a reason to get past his mind of doubt. This opportunity with one and only chance. Ran out to defeat any dark one you put your mind to. Alright.
I can't believe that only took 12 hours.
Choice. I just
12
have to say,
hours.
Eminem is a very bold choice because that man is very good at what he does.
Yeah.
And it's an iconic song. You did an amazing job.
Yeah. It's like the people who go on like those like singing shows and sing one of the songs of the host. You know, it's like you're already making your job like twice as difficult. And the fact that it had like probably 4,000 more words than any other parody that entire
oh my god,
year.
That's so true.
It's such a long, so much to write.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, he's right. I did do it live at JordanCon as well.
Did you do it from memory?
No. So I
was gonna say. I don't even remember my lyrics.
when I was doing it, I could remember obviously the lyrics. But when everyone was like, "Oh, JordanCon will play them if you send them in," I didn't want to send in and have my voice playing over it anyway. So I
gotcha. You just did straight up to the
I loaded up the video, stripped off the audio, and then put the original karaoke track. So I had that back in,
so
lined
you made
it up.
Your karaoke track.
Yes, so I
find that to be fantastic.
Yeah, so and then I sent them the video that had the video with the lyrics and the music, but not my voice, so that I actually sung it live at JordanCon. But I hadn't practiced it enough at that stage, so I missed a few lines because I couldn't keep up.
It was great. I don't know what you're talking about. It was great.
That's hard.
I've already found my song for next year, and it is a rap song that I will be doing next year. Or next WoT Idol if it's not next year. I'm assuming it's next year, but yeah. So
I feel like some of the best songs that like need to be turned into parodies are the ones that are like through composed, where it's like it's not even like a verse chorus. It's like here is one set of lyrics and we're gonna add a different one every time, like American Pie. I mean, Like
Yeah.
I'm waiting for someone to do a parody of the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, like, you know, something like that. You know,
Yeah.
like All Too Well. Fun story. That wasn't actually I had never heard Taylor Swift's version of that song. When I found it and wanted to do it, I was inspired by a cover of that song. It was done by a songwriter named Jake Scott, who it is really wonderful. Like, so that the piano version I'm doing, like I stole that wholesale from him.
Okay.
And obviously I had to learn how to play it because, you know, there isn't like a Jake Scott covered All Too Well piano karaoke track. Doesn't exist, unfortunately. So yeah, I did have to do that myself. But yeah, I mean, there's so many good things. If I could just I don't want to use AI because that's trash. But if I just if my brain would could just get its shit together and be like, what if this song would be such a cool Wheel of Time cover if we did this thing, or this could make such a great Wheel of Time parody. There's so many Nickelback songs that would be so good.
I know, right?
Right?
I have a list of parodies with just vague ideas. Where I'm like, one day I'll write that.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah, I do that too. I keep a list on my phone, and every time I'm just
that needs to grow into something more.
Yeah,
I might get drunk on occasion and then re-listen to songs and continue to write lyrics.
I couldn't hear you.
I know you couldn't hear me.
Yeah, I think the through compose works best for the parodies too. Even though I don't think I stuck with my rule this year. I didn't do it because I couldn't. It needed the chorus. But but yeah, you could do that even with a song with a chorus. You can take a chorus and change it. Like Rob did that with his Elaine. Elaine's mom. Yeah. Like even the chorus can have a different.
You can do whatever you want.
You can do what
you
just
do whatever
because.
you want. Well, and that's the
do
beauty of this thing is you don't have to follow the formulaic patterns of the song. You can do whatever you want to do. It is for parody. It is for lyrics.
Yeah, my track last year was the original by Eagle Eye Cherry is more like an indie track, and I spent. That was probably I spent more time on that than anything else. I spent hours and hours and hours searching for a stripped back piano version that was slower, and it took me forever to find one. And I eventually did find one that I could use, and that's what I used last year. It was just a piano version of the song stripped back. And the hardest thing was actually lining up because I wrote the lyrics to the original song. That's how to get my pacing and stuff right. And I was like, now I'll do it stripped back. But then I couldn't get the timing right in the stripped back version. I had to kind of rewrite half the song to make it work. So yeah, it was really frustrating. But just change if you want to do a slower version, remix it, whatever, you can do that. That's part of the fun. So
do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
So Audacity, free audio editing tool that will give you a lot of you get a lot of mileage out of that.
Oh yes.
Obviously, people, if you have Mac comes shipped with GarageBand and other things like that. But really, Audacity is just watch a couple of YouTube tutorials to tell you how to do things, how to split a track, how to do noise reduction and all of that. Audacity's been around for decades, and it's just there's very little that's changed about it from the original.
I didn't use Audacity for my first two parodies, and then I was I had to help Kid Rand do his last year, and it was kind of almost last minute, and I was like, oh, maybe I should use this app that everybody else uses. And I was like, holy shit, why didn't I use this before? Oh my god, I was using literally Sound Recorder. It's the Windows.
Well, I mean, you can
and doing one cut, one take cuts, one take. And just re-recording it 4,000 times until I was happy with that one take. That's what I was doing. I did because and I should know better, and I didn't. I didn't. But this year I used it.
I have to make modifications to things in the work that I do. If I'm ever using a recorded track, I'm like, this is too long. I want to cut something out, or this is in the wrong key. It's too low for children to sing or whatever. Just pop it into Audacity. So it's for example, the All Too Well, I did that in the same key that Jake Scott performed it because I have a low voice and I can do that, and I liked that. But for someone else who's this song is originally performed, in a male key, for someone with a much lower voice, it's a little too low for me to sing. But if it was a little higher, I could do that. select all, transpose up like by a few half steps, and you're in business.
Mm-hmm.
It might sound a little bit interesting depending on what instruments are in there, but who's really counting?
Yeah.
Nobody.
It's all
Nobody.
Is Rob a little bit blurry for anybody else?
Yeah, no, my camera does this one.
Yeah, it does it every once in a while.
Okay,
He gets blurry.
Gotcha. I was just making sure.
He's a fucking Wetlander, so
there we go.
Yeah.
Just occasionally out of focus.
He's just trying out his soap opera vibes. That's all.
But
Wetlanders.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's right.
Which is actually from a parody.
That's actually from a parody. Yeah.
That is a parody.
It is.
But if you've got any questions about the things, because Master Deck, like again, she does have a degree in this stuff, and like for podcasters, so we do know a little bit more of the technical details. If we're talking a little bit past you, go to the Dusty Wheel page, go to Twitter. Like there are places that you can go to and be like, we heard about like there's a verbal vomit of words. Sometimes it does sound like verbal vomit of words. How do I do that? And this community is the best community, honestly. And nobody is going to gatekeep. Everybody's going to help you. So if you want to do it, if you're a first time, even if you're a veteran, go ask for help, and people will do that. And that's why, honestly, I always look forward to this time of year. Not just because it's con season, and not just because like school's about to get out, and not just because it's about to be summer. It's because like this is when our fandom really shines. We've got like such amazing individual talents in multiple types of like it's not just singing, it's not just music playing, it's like create the immense creativity, the costumes that come out, the like unique skills. Elwani, I'm saying her name wrong, had the puppets last year, like puppets that she created.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, those are so beautiful.
Yeah, so like there's just like so many amazing things that come out in WoT Idol, and I'm always just blown away by the like sheer amount of skill, variety of skills that we have.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Speaking of which, let's have a look at this is like I just love the original track of this is a Disney track. This is worth the time. Very fitting for today. Then after that, we're going to talk about
on screen so we could dance.
Yes, for sure. Then after that, we'll talk about obviously. I mean, I'm assuming the live show will happen pre-WoTCon, and we'll talk about the after show that we like to do each year. And then we'll wrap it up, and I have like a fun parody thing to end us on. So
oh, cool.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll play that and just enjoy this, folks. This is so funny, and it's great for today as well, I think. So yeah, here we go.
Of time, it's another turning, each the same. Every single stroke, embers on prime, full of 1-star ratings, with reviews that claim it's woke, it's woke, it's woke, it's woke, it's woke. The adaptation script is clear, Sandry. This is woke trash, a hate crime. Showrunner Rafe hates men. Egwene's the new dragon. I'm not even gonna watch. I know Wheel of Time. I love the book so much, I read all 14 in one day. When it first came out in 1990. This is not WoT. Hashtag book. Novice, more wine. Hurry up now, lyric again. It's straight from my canon. This agenda, can't you tell? It's a rip-off Game of Thrones, full of liberal overtone. Now into the void of Twitter, I must yell. So woke, so gay, so SJW. Boycott today, she'll payroll slide. It's too risque! It needs more sex scenes! True fans boycott! Hashtag woke of time! You know, If Trump was still president, this woke trash would not have happened. They stole my childhood just like they stole the election. Make Randland great again. Hashtag Andor is whack. Woke, woke, woke. Brandon Jordan is rolling over in his grave. Woke, woke, woke. Woke, woke. Hashtag woke cat.
I don't think I clocked the Brandon Jordan thing the first time around. I'm not gonna lie.
It's just the delivery is so perfect every time.
It isn't men's fault the world broke. Our way of life's under attack. They cast the Master of Black. It's a travesty when fantasy gets woke. See, it's the new Shannara. Worst show that's ever been released. Wait, this town's a sayonara, 'cause the books are murdered and have been declared deceased. Whoa, 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 whoa. Don't watch the series, watch on Prime. It's all on Harriet's head. RJ's legacy is dead. Everyone involved in this should choke. They didn't even show the waters flow. True fans boycott hashtag whoa of time.
Amazing. So good. Oh man,
It's a classic right there.
Yeah.
And there's so many that are like that. Where you remember, you're like, oh man, that was really awesome too. And it's like there's 3 years of that. There's
yeah,
gonna be a 4th one this year.
it's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy. We're so
We have an-
lucky.
Embarrassment of talent in our fandom.
Yeah.
So good.
So,
So
Nix,
good.
What did you think of that, Nix? I saw you acting with it, like.
10 out of 10.
Yeah, we listened to some, like I just did a handful of them earlier today, and that was definitely one of them. Which one was your favorite that we listened to?
That's up there along with the other one.
The Landfear,
Oh, yeah.
the Transphere with the
I'm
Yeah.
still alive.
Oh yeah,
With balloons,
And-
yeah.
so good.
Man, that was a deep cut. Like it started off with like Sondheim, and
Yeah.
then like it went like it trolled its way through some of the other other songs,
Yeah.
and it was just like maybe a little too niche for a lot of people to really enjoy, but I certainly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah,
I love
Tranter is
the
very
squeaking
talented writer.
Squeaking
Right.
with the balloons was hilarious as well. Like, it
Mm.
was just like,
Oh,
prior
man.
to it starting, it's just the squeaking. It was like a real funny intro just from the beginning.
So
So-
good.
You also liked the Uno and Agonor's Ghostbuster one.
That was.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was good.
Ghostbuster.
With the with the wide awake white Uno, put it in
The white
chat.
clothes,
Speak about
yeah.
like why
Which is
why
where we had that long discussion about how like even Balda is physically hot, but like also like emotionally unattractive.
I just
Yeah.
love the like cam joke interlude. They just like stuck it in the middle.
it's like why are white clothes scared of Aes Sedai? Because they're terrified of women in power. They're like,
Yes.
Yeah.
So good.
It's so funny. It really is good. So yeah, it's every year, and it was sporadic. It was just spontaneous the first year, wasn't it? We decided the first one that because the show was Wednesday. Was it Wednesday and Thursday, or was it Tuesday, Wednesday the first year? I can't remember exactly.
Oh god, I have no memory of that.
It was something like
Was
that. They either did Tuesday, Wednesday. I think they did Tuesday and Wednesday the first year, and then we're like, we'll do the after party on the Thursday because that was when we were doing a show, and we played some of our favorites that hadn't made it through. Because obviously you
We
can't
played
play
the full
them
version
full.
of them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we played the full version of those that hadn't made it through, and thus they, were available to be played fully because that's one of the rules. And yes, I had a great time. We decided to keep doing it, and we will do that this year, even if it means we need to carry on and do it on a Friday. I love that. Nice one, Uno. We love sticking stuff in the middle. We don't have dates, but we assume it's
Was
going
that
to
a
be
sex joke or a
before
stabbing joke? I can't tell.
Yes.
The little
Yes.
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 Exactly.
Be true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Volcano Lobsters.
I'm assuming it's going to be before WoTCon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a brief mention. I think Lauren had a brief mention that they're targeting, if it makes sense with their submissions that they got and everything, July 2nd as their like first episode.
Honest also confirmed that last night on Dust.
Okay.
Oh, did he? I was not there. I was celebrating my birthday, but that's cool.
You're allowed to name day.
Well, no, I did actually. I popped in like an hour in.
July
and
2nd.
very much enjoyed it. Last night was very fun.
That'll be fun.
Speaking of a WoT Idol Cards of Time, because last night on Dusty Will they played Cards of Time. Tranfear, the author of Woke of Time and also the Landfear parody, is the editor of the Cards of Time cards.
Rapunzel,
he did tons of work on those. So
that's amazing. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Tons and tons.
Tons and tons and tons. And I think today's the last day. Or was yesterday the last day for
of the
Cards of Time?
No, I think he got till. Is it till the first?
No, is the first. The first is soon.
Days. Oh, okay.
Saturday.
It's soon. So
it's very soon. Yeah, get your pledges in so you can get your Cards of Time card deck and go watch the game they played last night on Dusty Wheel because it was really fun. Yeah. They had a great time.
It's great.
All right. So, any last WoT Idol thoughts before I play this fun little parody-based treat at the end?
We want
I was
to
sick
see
when I
your
recorded
songs.
All Too Well. That's my fun fact. I was sick when I recorded All Too Well, so like that gravelly effect in my voice, 100% respiratory infection right there.
So you're advocating for us to get sexy cold voice so that we can sound better. Love it.
Don't let anything stop you from pursuing your dreams. Mostly I had the studio time book, so I was just like, all right, let's hope I'm better by the time it happens. 11 a.m. rolls around. I'm like, this will work.
Doing it anyway. I love that. Yeah, I just say go for it, folks. It's all about having fun. If you really don't feel up to it, there is that just sort of like fun community sort of thing you could go for. I forget what they called it, but you don't have to go up against everyone, so you don't have to worry about that. I know that probably puts some people off. I'm not talented enough or whatever people want to say.
There's so many levels of talent though. Like honestly, there are some people I've seen people say they're tone deaf, and like there are some people who just don't say, but they just want to submit something, and you know what? Like it's all for fun. So do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And honestly, if you don't feel up to it this year, that's okay. I know everyone has FOMO. They feel like if they don't participate in something or miss out, you're gonna be disappointed in yourself for not doing it. Like, I mean, sure, I felt that like the first couple of years that I did it, but at the same time, it's like if you feel like you don't have the time or you're just not prepared to do something this year, that's okay. WoT Idol thrives on spectators. Like
it really does.
We need you there as well. So, it's okay to let it wait. We are still going to be here next year.
Very, very true. Okay.
The wheel keeps turning.
That is so true. Let me just cue this up and
What is this secret thing?
This is a secret thing. I wanna play it, and I wanna have some fun with this. But it's not a parody. Surprise, folks! It is the launch of it's official launch of a campaign I'm beginning that I've been low-key championing for a while, and I thought we should launch it today because it was a name day this week. So please enjoy this, folks, and enjoy. And make sure to just watch Mel get embarrassed the whole time.
No.
Mel for Mel sounds like a Craigslist ad.
Why would Mel be an incredible choice to play Melindhra in the TV show? Well, because she lives and breathes the character. There is no one truer, and also someone who understands the nuance of Melindhra and can really give a different spin, make her less one-dimensional, and I mean, let's not even talk about the fact how much she looks like Melindhra. I mean, that is just goes without saying. But no, Mel. I mean, Mel for Mel. What more can I say? She is as perfect as the character that we all know and love.
Why should my spear sister, Melindhra, play Melindhra? I don't understand the question. She is Melindhra.
So, casting, listen up. There's no reason to look any farther because the casting for Melindhra in season 3 of The Wheel of Time has already been done. Our very own Mel is the perfect Melindhra. She's feisty, she knows how to stabby stab, and that sweet innocent face is hiding all kinds of secrets. So cast her. Thanks.
Mel, you don't need to play Melindhra. You bloody are Melindhra. I mean, except for the fact that you give love stabs instead of actual murder stabs, but anyways. You are a wonderful human being, and you are as kind as you are fierce. And for that, you have a shit ton of G. I can think of no better Mel than Mel. Hashtag Mel for Mel.
Happy birthday, Mel. I think it would be great to play Melindhra because you're redheaded and fiery like she is. You love to stab, and you love to get with Donald. Matt. Happy birthday.
Melindhra should play Melindhra in The Wheel of Time because she has made us love the character of Melindhra much the same way that Amazon has made us love all of the other villain characters in The Wheel of Time. So she would fit right in. The audience would fall in love with her. No one understands Melindhra the way our Melindhra does.
Why would Mel be perfect for Mel? Well, first of all, in case you haven't seen her dance moves on the floor of WoT or elsewhere, she obviously would be able to translate those skills easily into dancing the spear. I mean, come on. She can bust a move like nobody else is. Also, let's face it, I do kind of want to see her running around bare naked fighting with just a shufa on. I mean, which one of us doesn't?
I said what I said.
Why Mel is the perfect Melindhra. She is stabby. She is committed. She is everything that you would expect from an Aiel maiden. And she's even gone so far as to get herself an IRL Matt Coffin. Not everybody takes that level of commitment seriously. Additionally, we know she takes her oaths very seriously. I don't see how you could possibly find a better Mel. I don't think that you can do it. So, Mel, we love you. We hope you get the role.
So what more can I add to all of those wonderful messages? And just say one simple thing about why Mel should play Mel. Mel makes us care about Melindhra in ways I don't think any of us could ever have cared. She wrote a parody about being Melindhra. She thinks about backstories. She just believes in the character so much. She takes a character that I think we all enjoyed reading about, and she makes us love that character. She makes us want to know that character more. She makes us want to just see more of that character. And in the words of Wraith himself, whilst describing Oberyn Martell in Game of Thrones, highlighting a character in such a special way for just one season instead of having him a bit more low level for a few seasons, just really, really can do a story justice. And I think we should see that with Mel. So, Wraith, just go ahead and do it. She's the only option. Oh, and if you need one more reason, she even gets birthday wishes like this.
Oh yeah, happy birthday to Melindhra.
Happy birthday, Mel.
So obviously she's best friends with Donald now, so we could just write that.
What the heck? You guys, I don't even know how to respond to that. That was incredibly kind. Incredibly kind. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that you put that together. And oh my goodness. Wow. That was, you guys are just lovely. I don't feel like I deserve to have friends as kind as all of you. That was really nice. Thank you so much. I can't believe you got Donaldson to say that. Holy shit.
Yeah, I got Donaldson to wish you a happy birthday, Mel.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, and did anybody notice how like he just like said that name like it was nothing? That's pretty interesting.
And yeah. Oh, now we've got speculation fuel.
Yep.
One birthday message generates days of conversation.
To be honest, I asked him, and he didn't have to be like, sorry, what name was that? Like he understood how to say that name perfectly. So, yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, Goat Brother, like I want to thank everyone who was with me at Hadestown for making sure I asked Donald that, and for not spilling the secret since, because we've been holding on to that for like a month now. So,
you guys, thank you so much. Sincerely, thank you so much. I mean, it almost doesn't even matter just to like know that I have you guys just cheering me on, being like my ridiculous self, and not telling me I'm too much or too extra or too stabby or whatever it is. You've embodied what it means to be part of a fandom where they accept you exactly as who you are. So thank you.
well, like we said, you're the perfect choice. So, and I had to play your parody underneath it the whole time. I just have you fade in and out. I thought it was like perfect.
It was so good.
Amazing.
Yeah, folks. So hashtag Mel is now a thing. So I want you to be using hashtag Mel on all the socials as much as possible. This video will be posted out, and I will be tagging Ray.
No.
Yeah.
Don't
do
that.
We're making this happen, Mel. You're gonna get. I mean, are you gonna turn it down if they ask you?
Oh no! Sorry. Of course not. No.
When they ask you, when you ask you.
No.
We're manifesting this.
Never. I'd never turn that down. Never, ever, ever, ever. I want to watch it again just so I can see all your pretty faces.
Are you even allowed to say no to Amazon?
Exactly.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, we're all shills, so of course we're not allowed to say no.
This is true.
Like we never say no.
This is true.
Just
and Master Deck, thank you for joining us and sharing your WoT Idol thoughts and just hanging out and making us cry at the beginning, because we love that, and doing Fear the Spear pretty well, I have to say. Like you did, did a pretty solid job. One of the better. Not that anyone does badly, but definitely one of the upper echelon answers, I would say. So.
It was cool that we got a nice 11, 12, 13 in there, even if there was a 6 in between. I think.
Yeah.
It was necessary. My favorite cat is currently dumpster diving right now. I feel like he took his nap. He was like, all right, you're done now. I'm going to start raising hell until you pay attention to me again. He's literally like, he's just like the whole front half of his body is in the office garbage can right now. So
yeah. And I think we should just wrap up the show. Yeah, with I think we've missed it, and Leigh-A in the background has messaged like 3 times about it. Should we do a calendar flip, because this week is calendar? So let's end up on the spec orders.
There's a specific reason I want to do it. So this is May.
Keep it.
I would like Nyx to actually flip to October really quickly, please.
October? Oh, okay.
October,
right. Because this is going to be a thing. Sorry, November, who is E.L. Clark, who
I just started for the Faithless. You can't do this to me. You actually can't do this shit to me.
Amazing.
Have you seen them? Have you seen them doing the sword wielding? They post it occasionally on Twitter. Like, oh man, they're
on Twitter. Your Twitter.
But
You're-
anyways, June.
You shouldn't be on
is
Twitter,
Our
but you can look at-
favorite Gleeman.
There he is. There he is.
My cohort in crime for the calendar.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, so I wanted to.
We're already planning next year's calendar, folks, so do not worry about that. We're working on it. We got some ideas. So, but yeah, thank you everyone for coming and joining. Thank you for hanging out, listening. WoT Idol. Get your entries in, folks. Get working on them. Just even if it's just for the fun category, or just turn up and support. Join us at the after show, and remember #Mel for Mel and everything. So because we need to be doing that. Mel needs to be Mel. We've given you proof. There's no other choice. So, yeah. And with that, I will just say. Until next time, folks. Go get yourself some cat stabbies, some love, water, and shade. So, bye.